Let's talk about other disciplines where electrical engineers and mechanical engineers have to form very close interdisciplinary teams. Another example is electric vehicles. Um, Tell us a little bit about the cooling challenges on a car and what sort of ideas are being pursued there.
So, honestly, I'm not really an expert on that topic, but I can tell you that the batteries don't really do well in extreme cold weather or extreme hot weather. So, that's one challenge. The cars used to be cooled. You had a radiator in the front of the car, the wind blew through it, and that's how you exchange your heat and threw it out of the car. And I think that continues to be the case, but you don't have an internal combustion engine in an electrical car. So the heat is being generated everywhere. Batteries are a major thermal concern. That's a field that's really emerging right now, especially lithium-ion batteries, which is the most commonly used. I think long-term there will be solutions to the reliability of batteries at high temperature. They're working on solid-state batteries, so I think there are opportunities there, but it's definitely a challenge.
The core idea that you described a little while ago with multi-layer chips requiring, in some sense, like you suggested, brain-inspired cooling or volumetric cooling, would also be relevant to batteries in some sense.
Yes.
And so the idea of more intricately sort of integrating thermal management solutions to energy storage systems would be another sort of line of careers, line of thinking that could be spawned in the future. This whole field is, at least in India, there's an uptick that's just beginning to happen, both with data centers, with manufacturing. A young mechanical engineer out there, we talked about, how they can get started by moving out of their comfort zones. What is a good way to start your own professional career? You started at IBM, and I'm sure it was a great place back then. What would be a way to think of the start of your professional career in this discipline?
Yeah, so, I mean, there are many really great companies out there right now that are hiring, and they are looking for mechanical engineers. For example, all the companies working on AI, including NVIDIA and Vertiv and all the other companies, whether it's software or hardware, they're all interested in mechanical engineers because they bring their own perspective and their own field to a complex multidisciplinary problem. That business is growing very fast, and I really don't see any reason for it to slow down. I mean, for the next foreseeable future, AI will drive many careers for mechanical engineers, for thermal engineers, structural mechanics. All of that will be very relevant. And I think there should be some great careers. From my own group, students who work in this field are typically hired as interns while they're doing their PhD, and as soon as they graduate, they're hired by one of the member companies. They compete for them, actually. So it's a great time to be a mechanical engineer.
So after a young person secures a position, let's say start with an internship or gets into a job in this field of thermal management, electronics packaging, what should they be thinking about for their professional growth?
So I think it's really important during their first couple of years to try and develop a network of mentors within the company. So find people that you are comfortable with and talk to them about your career, how things are going. Meet them every few weeks and get advice from them. And most great companies will have a program like that. If you take advantage of it, I think it's really helpful for you to talk to people with different areas of expertise, learn more about the company. Companies are really huge right now, and they cover so many different areas. You might think that your whole world is focused on thermal management, but you might discover that thermal management is a subset of many other topics that you can gain expertise in. So I found that that was very helpful when in my early days when I started. It was very helpful to go and find people who have expertise and who are willing to give me the time and talk to them and gain knowledge from them. It's also really important not to be afraid to take challenges. So if you see a challenge that you feel you can contribute towards, raise your hand and let them know that you're willing to work on this problem. Work on it, and if you get in trouble at any time, you should announce that. You should let people know that I'm really stuck. Can I get help? People love to hear that, and then they will be willing to help you. Whereas if you try to do everything on your own, you can get in trouble that way. Then when you solve a problem and you get credit, make sure that you share the credit with everybody who helped you. And that way, next time, they will be part of your team and they really want to work with you. That's for the young engineer. I think that these things are really important. Mentoring and then accepting challenges, working really hard to solve them, especially in your early career. That's really important. That's when you're making your reputation and your name. Once you get into either project management, you're responsible for an entire project, or people management, your priorities have to start changing. You have to start thinking not about what you're doing, but what other people are doing. You're responsible for other people's work. So then it's really important to be a good listener, to meet with all these people regularly that report to you, understand what their issues are, and help them in any way that you can. When there's a problem, accept the problem as your responsibility. And when there's a victory, when something is accomplished, share the credit with everybody. Then people will love working for you and with you. I mean, that's really important for especially in complicated, multidisciplinary problems, because you'll be working with people who know everything about one thing, and you want them to talk to other people who know everything else. And that doesn't happen organically. Somebody has to instigate that and get it started.
Very nice. I think that sums up the mindset required to make a good, rewarding professional career for oneself.